Hello everybody, my name is Mike from m.a.d Gaming and welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. This is actually my second time of trying to record this ending, which is really annoying because I come off the back of some really dodgy computer problems, which meant I couldn't upload yesterday, which is really annoying again. But let's be honest here, I've actually completed this game. What I've done is I've actually gone back to replay a story because my audio didn't record for some stupid reason. And I could try and record that ending section again and fake first time impressions of the story, but I'm really bad at that kind of thing, so I'm just going to be upfront and honest with you guys. I've already seen what happens, but you guys haven't, so let's go back through from where we left off last time. So last time we left with Milton. We're now going to go through to Lewis, and then Dawn and Edie's stories. Prepare the tissues. So this is from the Institute of Psychology, from Lewis's psychologist.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Because
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
The job at the cannery. I'd never really want to work on a factory like this.
At the cannery.
Especially this kind of thing. It's disgusting,
But
you
he
know.
withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behaviour.
Go fishes! #1 fish
His
chopper.
mind began to...
Look at this. This is so cool.
I asked him to describe it.
This is Lewis's imagination. This is his way
He said he started small.
dealing with the monotony of this
Imagining
whole
a
job. He's trying to concentrate on the fish as well.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
Was it a fish? Oh.
And toads.
Come on, fishies. Go, fishies. Oh yeah, I gotta go up this way. This is so cool. This is his way of dealing with this. I mean, we've all...
have not names.
Creepy, right?
I knew it was all in his head.
Look at the fishy!
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
There we go. You're going to keep doing the fish while control. So basically moving around my character at the moment with WASD while also chopping fishes with the mouse. And this is so cool because it goes isometric. I mean, sometimes we all need something like this.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee.
And everyone has their...
tireless, focused.
Everyone has their coping mechanisms, right?
Like a whole new Lewis.
This was Lewis's.
So I let him go on.
Just fair enough. You could see that he was trying to get better.
I even encouraged him.
Which is fair enough.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Yeah, doggy. Doggies are awesome. I love a doggy. Love a doggy. I'm
on the edge
choppy,
of the city,
there we go.
named Lewis Topia.
Because why not? And you got to chop the fish heads across the bridge.
Up slowly, brick by brick.
Brick by boring brick.
Then he made musicians.
This is so cool. It's like an RPG. I love the way the stories are told. Look at all my followers!
Songs for them to play.
Hello, my adoring followers. Look at you all. You're so awesome.
About starting a band.
A folk band.
And he was always humming something.
I do that. That's my coping mechanism at work. I hum to myself.
His imagination grew stronger.
Look at the fishies!
He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Oh god, I'm going the wrong way. I was focusing on the fishes.
His chopping was as reliable as ever.
My chopping is amazing. I have epic chopping skills. What, the chopping? Look, look at this.
Even the stones under his feet were all in his imagination.
Have how the fish still
He
play
could do whatever he wished.
a massive symbolic role in this. Oh yes, guards, let me through!
He held an election for mayor,
Where he was the only candidate.
and he won.
Like Super Mario! That's pretty much exactly what that is, though. If you look
They
at the
begged him
games
to
console.
stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
And the games slowly become his reality. But seriously, look at this. It's so
Conquer a
cool!
city, then immediately push on.
It's so video gamey, but then if you know Lewis,
New Louisville.
and you know that him and Edith used to play games,
St. Louis.
it makes sense. It really does.
He started drifting away from our reality.
Don't crash my boat! No crashing the boat! No crashing the boat! Ah! It's so close. There we go. Okay, I crashed the boat.
Minneapolis.
But
Until one
Minneapolis.
day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh yeah.
Even
Because-
as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
I'm sorry, Dawn. I'm not coming home. I'm too busy playing an RPG while chopping fish's heads off. It's important to me. It's like drugs. But
In
productive.
Louisville, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen. Queens can be handsome.
queen.
Choose your own adventure. Look at that Indian writing. I don't know what it's. I can't remember what the actual name for it is, but I know that's in Indian. But then he's got an Indian father, so
The queen was on her own quest for
sinister serpents. We're badass. We're not gonna go for
serpents.
rainbows. Avoid Cthulhu. Okay, we just killed Cthulhu. Or it's Nessie. It's the Loch Ness monster. We've transported to Scotland.
Followed the sound of her
Electric sitar. Hey, Nessie. Because she's badass like that.
electric sitar.
Let's listen to this. Embrace your Indian heritage, mate. Whoops, I missed that one.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
I'm still chopping fish, by the way. This is still
Even
me.
then, his logic remained sound.
Hey, handsome queen, where are you going?
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh my god, they're really plying me with fish now. I'm like the Fishmeister. Come on, super speed fishing. While also trying to concentrate on the fantasy as well. I don't do well at multitasking. Alright, I'm trying my best. I mean, I can walk and text. I guess
He was
that's
so
one thing,
proud
right?
of having created it.
Let me through, fish door.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
I was a fish emperor. I mean, emperor. Greetings, my adoring crowd. Greetings. It is I.
Who'd never known success in the real
Hello.
world.
Hello,
It was
everybody.
overwhelming.
The dream
And then
became...
it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one
Hi.
chopping, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Yeah, the dream became more important to him than real life. The dream
My
became...
imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
And here we are back at the cannery. With the bloodstained floors and the... I'm still wearing my robe. Nice. The bloodstained floors and the bleach. And the rainbow paint, apparently. Because why not? With my Indian takeaway, my games console and my weed
Began to
paraphernalia.
forget the world we know.
Oh, well, look at this place. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Look at all these
I think
dead
it
fish.
pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Fish guts! It's what's for dinner. As Lewis then had an out-of-body experience.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
He's not even doing anything, though. He's just lost it. He's completely gone at this point, right? He's Just repeating the same action over and over
I
again.
still thought I could save him.
Up the mountain of corpses we go! Into the light, the golden light.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
I mean, that's a warning sign right there if I've ever heard one. I'm not chopping fish anymore.
With his companions.
All my faceless minions with giant trumpets and wobbly arms. Hey, Steve. Hi, Larry. How's the kids? Hi, Bob. Nice cake drum thing. Who's Calico? Hello, my subjects.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
I know what's coming next!
There was only one thing left to do.
Yep! Only one thing left to do. And that is to accept my rightful place as king! Oh, why would you do this? Look! It's obviously a guillotine! It's obviously a guillotine! Ah, oh, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna.
And the rest I think you know.
Yeah.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Yeah. He lost his head a bit there. Thanks, Dr. Emily Nuth. Newt. Minute.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Okay. I'm doing this on replay story, so I'm wondering if I could just go on to the next one. I hope so. I've already opened the door. I just wandered out just to see if I could. Okay. I think I can.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Yeah.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Who knows at this point? I mean, the trouble...
I wish we'd stayed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I understand why we left.
Yeah, Dawn was afraid
My
of
mom
the...
ended up leaving everything behind.
She was afraid of the curse, which didn't exist. But she was consumed by it. She believed it was real.
That night had been coming for a long time.
She believed that
Maybe it should have come sooner.
her children were taken from her by the curse. And the grief of losing her children was what led her to believe that.
But it had to end one way or another.
Yeah.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
And welcome to Edith's room. As you can see, Edith has a lovely picture of Edie in there. Oh, Grandma Edie. Showing about the bedroom. It's a bit small. I don't think I'd be able to stand up in here, but she's got like the sea monster in here and the spaceman. What else we've got? The old house. We've got the little men, his little followers. And here we go. And this is Edith. And Edith's quill.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The adults have to argue now. Because Edith was not want to leave her family home. I don't think Edith actually believed in the
power had been
curse.
shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
The secret
Or
entrance?
Edie had a key to it.
Edie just seems so badass though, right? Come on, 3 go. Come on, 3 go. There we go. Come on. This is the library, the Finch Library. Is that Swedish? Swedish folk tales. Ah, I wonder if Unforgiving a Northern Hymn is in there.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Not true.
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
I mean, you can understand Dawn's grief, but...
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
a bit harsh, though. I gotta say it was a bit harsh, but it's easy for me to say with an outside perspective. History of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
And now we're playing as Edie.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
As you
God, it smelled awful.
And as you can see,
No, I've seen
the
that
house
every day of my life.
and we can walk to it. So cool.
But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Must be so...
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
That sight of that house. What a cool looking old house. Of course, you just keep walking forward. Because I was...
turned around.
Apart from this bit where you get turned around for no reason, even though I'm holding the W key.
I started seeing things.
The deer. Don't know if that's just a deer or whether that's Sam's deer. Sam and Dawn's deer, obviously.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Old items left behind from the house.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Old memories.
Or
Here we
maybe
go.
I came back to them.
Look at this. There's the boy just like resting on the old like porch bit area there.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Oh, bye Edie. You're awesome.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
I broke her heart.
After that, we moved around a lot.
I broke her heart.
We both tried to make the best of it.
There's no life for a kid though.
A few years went by.
Look at this. It's so cool. It's a dandelion made of letters.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Yeah.
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
The final Finch. The only Finch left.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
The little baby.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
As we're being born.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Weird way.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
So as you can gather from that, as the new Finch is born...
This is where your story begins. I'm
wild.
sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
It's really sad. Poor Edith. And there's the old house. And now he is the last Finch. It makes you wonder, who's looking after him? What was his name? But I guess those kind of things are not really that important. Because I guess what's really important about this game is that through all this tragedy, through the curse of the Finches, what Edith took from it was completely new. Rather than being consumed by it, rather than being obsessed by there being a family curse, Edith saw the brighter side of life and saw that life is to be lived and that you should enjoy the small things in life. That's a really poignant message, it really is. And I really enjoyed this game. Like, really enjoyed it. It's a fantastic little story that was told in a really different and creative way. I loved the way the little gameplay sections were all different. I mean, normally in these kind of games, which are like walking simulator kind of games, you walk from point A to point B. You read a few notes, you get some story, you get a few kind of cinematics. But the gameplay aspect of this made this really interesting. And especially with baby Gregory, as we can see here with the little baby mobile, that they were told in a way that was nice. As nice as a story about a death can be told. And, you know, as I said, I enjoyed this thoroughly. It was a short little story, told really, really well. And I love how we're now going back through. So we've got Barbara's mask, or the mask, the Bigfoot, her comic book, her crutch, who she beat her boyfriend up with. I also like how the developers have all sent in kiddie photos of themselves. It's really cool. Man, I love ball pits. They're freaking awesome. My only regret, really, now I'm thinking about it, is that the audio didn't record on this and you didn't get to see my first time reaction to this game. I didn't want to not put this last part out. I wanted to play through it again. And I wanted to enjoy it because I enjoyed this game and I wanted you guys to see the ending. As I said, it's a shame you didn't get to see my initial reactions. To be honest, they're not much different than the reactions the second time through. I'm not going to sit here and say I bawled my eyes out. Because I didn't. I thought the message was lovely at the end. And it was almost heartwarming in a way. To say in the face of such tragedy, you can get such a happy message to pass on to the new Finch. And that is it. That is the Finch family tree. Apart from Edith's little one, but again, I guess that's a new chapter in that family. But thank you everyone so much for watching, and thank you for joining me on this little journey. Again, I apologise for this not being a first-hand reaction to the ending of this game. But I didn't want to let this go by without finishing it properly in a video for you all to watch. And thank you everybody so much for watching. And I'll see you again soon.